Digimon Liberator is getting people back into Digimon, and not just old fans. It seems like the creators learned a lesson or two from Digimon Seekers and wanted to make up to fans for old mistakes. I would go as far as to say that everything fans didn't like about Seekers was improved, and then some. With Digimon Liberator, fans definitely get a Digimon webcomic they deserve. Digimon Liberator had a rocky start on the 25th of April with technical issues that rendered the website useless. After a lackluster Digimon Seekers project, not that many fans were interested in Liberator in the first place. In fact, I ran a poll on the channel and 37% of fans said they felt indifferent about it. And then those who still wanted to check it out couldn't because the site crashed and stayed broken for a few days. Luckily, the comic was soon released to other services like Global Comics and Webtoons. The problems with the website have since been resolved, and the website now not only looks cool, but is fast and easy to navigate. It matches the theme of the comic, has useful tips and info about characters, and is an overall very pleasant experience. Despite having a great official home, it's good that Digimon Liberator is available on other services, because that means it will reach more fans. On Webtoons, Liberator has a rating of 9.87, which is more than impressive. This was a problem with Seekers, because it was only available on the official website, which is only visited by Digimon fans. By having the comic featured on popular websites, where people come to read comics, you open the door for new fans to get into Digimon. And since episode 1 has been released, not only fans have changed their minds on how they feel about this new Digimon project, but non-Digimon fans are also getting interested. On Global Comics, the first few episodes have reached tens of thousands of views, with episode 1 reaching over 200k. These are just numbers from third-party services, and the official website probably draws in even more traffic. The first thing you notice when you start reading Liberator is that the art style is gorgeous. These are not just colored images, they have depth and shadows, glow and reflections, and really look like the artists took their time in drawing them. The comic is presented in a vertical strip of images that overlap, so the story flows uninterrupted until the end of the episode. This is something I talked about in my Digimon Seekers review. The story there was presented as a wall of words, with 1 or 2 images per chapter, so if you are not a fan of reading, you probably didn't follow through till the end. With Liberator, there are no walls of words, just beautiful images depicting lively action scenes with hardly any filler. The introduction to the world is brief and expands later on as the story progresses. The dialogues are kept short and broken up by action. Story elements that would weigh down the comic are separated into tips, so those who are interested can learn more about the Liberator world, but not everyone is forced to digest all that information in the main episodes. Reading an episode of Digimon Liberator is super fast, and since we are so used to scrolling in our everyday lives, the episode literally just flies by in front of our eyes. But I would recommend you slow down once in a while and really enjoy the art, and you might get rewarded with some Easter eggs, like this Rika lookalike in Lacuna or an Agumon plushie on Arisa's desk. I'm sure more Easter eggs and goodies are on the way. Another thing I didn't like in Digimon Seekers was the lack of new Digimon. Liberator makes up for this from the very start, introducing 2 new Digimon with at least 1 more promised to come later, and giving them evolution lines early in the story. By episode 2, the main Digimon Pteramon has already evolved. There is also the new web novel companion to the comic, which already gave us new evolved forms of old Digimon before it even began. We got Impmon's new, although not original evolution line based on music, including Punkmon, Loudmon and Heavy Metal Dramon. There are also 3 new forms for the Fun Beamon line, Forge Beamon, Vespamon and Queen Beamon. The web novel has released its first 2 chapters, which unfortunately provide the same experience as Digimon Seekers, reading walls of words with a lot of filler. The design of the NPCs in Liberator is iconic, obviously built upon Mr. Navid from Cyber Sleuth games, but improved and expanded upon. These NPCs have a basic skeleton onto which clothes are rendered to correspond with their function. There are tutorial NPCs, police officers, hotel concierge workers, nurses and coaches, which all contribute to the world building. And Digimon Liberator already promises to have a massive world with many islands and cities. Keep in mind this is a webcomic, which is supposed to be just a side project. But that's a common thing with Digimon creators, they never pull back on creativity, no matter the significance of the project. With Imperial Dramon Fighter Mode Black appearing in promotional art, I have a feeling Liberator will only get better as the story progresses. Digimon Liberator is centered around the card game, but you don't have to be a player or even know the rules of the game to enjoy the story. The comic slowly introduces some rules on the side, which is a good thing, because TCG is one of Digimon's strongest assets right now. Getting more people into it and Digimon Liberator could mean that with enough interest, we might one day get an online card game client or even a card game centered anime. Fingers crossed. What are your first impressions with Digimon Liberator? Tell me in the comments below. If you want to support me, you can do so on Patreon or the Buy Me Coffee website. The links are in the description below. Thank you for watching, stay tuned for more Digimon videos. PS, make sure to follow my community page on YouTube, as I also post updates about upcoming videos there.